going to need to go back-to-back 2 legs. You wonder why? There is a big format difference on this one. The player that's come through the loser bracket in Rampazzo must win 2 back-to-back 2-legged games of FIFA for him to be the champion here in South America. However, for PHZIN, Richard, as he came through the winners bracket, he just needs to get it done in one sort of regular competitive FIFA match of 2 legs.
Yeah, if he can start well, it will be a real benefit for him. A couple of goals in the early stages would set him up in the perfect way possible. It is going to be Rampazzo from right to left. Both teammates as well. We spoke about that a lot. So there will be certainly previous experience there for them.
Yeah, of course, 2 teammates. And again, it's another grand final for R10. They've made it back-to-back grand finals. They've done so well with the players that they've been able to pick up going into the FIFA 21 year. And also, you're looking currently, if you look at the Global Series rankings over at FIFA.gg, sort of your live ranking table there to see who makes the playoffs and who's on their way to potentially an E-World Cup grand final. It's first against third over on the Xbox in South America. I know we've only had 1 qualifier to talk about so far, but that's how stacked this tournament's been. 3 out of the 4 players on this Xbox did re-qualify from qualifier number 1, which says how good those players have been, how consistent they have always been too. I mean, we look forward to qualifier number 3, which will take place next month, whether we'll see the exact same scenario there. 30 minutes into this one, you don't know who is who. It's PHZIN kicking from left to right and Rampazzo from right to left. The question is, Richard, for Rampazzo, he's had 2 great individual legs of FIFA. Is there potentially the chance for a bit of a burnout factor? He's been sort of non-stop playing. It's been game after game after game. For PHZIN, yes, he would have probably had a couple of sparring games against some pros, but hasn't really had a chance to play top competitive FIFA back-to-back. Could be a chance there. Great save from Rashford for the original shot from Rampazzo. He's still looking for a way into the tight. Pele looking to break the deadlock. The first goal of this game. Pele dropping the shoulder left and right, trying to tease PHZIN out of position. Still is in position, just about, and then eventually is dealt with. But do you think there's any sort of implications onto the game, Richard? The different journeys they've both had on today's broadcast?
Potentially, but I don't see it being enough for a capitulation of either player. I think it's going to be minuscule. If anything, if you're even going to see the difference at all. I think more is the case that PHZIN has beaten Rampazzo before in a tournament on a big stage like that we are playing right now.
Here comes Rashford. To be fair, he has looked the better of the 2 so far, Rampazzo. Trying to find a way through one of those 2 centre-halves of PHZIN. Unfortunately, no luck as of yet. You have just tuned in. This is your grand final. Someone will be walking away with $5,000 alongside all those Global Series points. Potentially going top of the pile. Whoever wins it certainly probably will go top of the pile. Rampazzo or PHZIN. Could be back-to-back wins for him. What a start to the Global Series for that man. Again, and of course, we'll see how Europe plays out next week. East Asia, North America, the list goes on. But he could be the only player, Richard, to go back-to-back and to do that, which is in itself a huge achievement.
Oh, and I mean, you're looking at not only the points, but the reputation that he would get for being a back-to-back South American Qualifier winner, being the best player over a period of 6-8 weeks. Mightily impressive.
Could be a chance there. He's going to be hassled at the back. That could be a mistake. Off the post from... I think it was Cristiano Ronaldo in that area. One of those, we've warned him about it a couple of times around Rampazzo, I believe. When his goalie gets on the ball, well, there's a bit of lag on the input there. We know, as you said, it takes a little while to sort of get the power bar up to the full level you're looking at. But nearly, Richard, one of the worst ways to concede for Rampazzo there. And PHZIN was just on the toes of the goalkeeper.
Yeah, that would have been outrageous. If he'd conceded that, there'd have been serious questions asked. of his goalkeeper's antics and also himself. Why he's even trying to play out of the back there.
Be a chance for Pele. Does go down to ground on the rebound. Again, not enough on the shot. That will go out for the goal kick, and that's 2 of them now for Rampazzo that he's just been able to get away with. Of course, you guys in the chat can have your say on who you think is going to come out on top on this one. PHZIN or Rampazzo, have your say in the chat. Let us know your vote. And that slider at the bottom will move from left to right, depending on which way you guys expect this tie to go. 4 minutes before half-time in this leg number 1. Bruno Fernandes on the edge of the box. Back to Pele. He does a really good half-turn. Not good enough, though, to turn around the 2 centre-halves there. Quite an end-to-end first 45 here, Richard. A couple of chances for either two. The best coming from that mistake from Rampazzo. And PHZIN, you would say on another day, could be up by a goal to 0 if he was able to capitalise on that mistake. But the angle was so tight there for Cristiano Ronaldo.
It was instinctive just to shoot straight away. This is an opportunity. Speaking of Ronaldo, playing back into
Pele,
Rashford.
he didn't lock on.
Yeah, he didn't lock onto Pele, did it?
He knows it as well, Rampazzo. He knows what a chance that was. Half-time in leg number 1 of this grand final. Chances pretty even between the two. He's just going to have a little look at how his opponent is lining up. Both in a 4-2-3-1, as it seems. The only difference is we've got a Roberto Firmino and Bruno Fernandes partnership on one side, and on the other, Patrick Vieira and the Portuguese man. Just can't stop scoring, as it seems, at Manchester United at the moment. Back underway for our grand final. We must let you know the implications once again. All that PHZ needs to do is win 1 two-legged game of FIFA. He will be your champion here in South America, because he has not dropped a single game. He's come through that winner's bracket and he's been invincible in some ways that many would probably describe it best. Into Cristiano Ronaldo, dancing in the box for Rampazzo. Oh, there's not a rebound there. Back to the goalkeeper, able to get rid of that one. Back into the danger zone of all from PHZIN. It's been pretty awful at the back at times in terms of getting the goalkeeper on the ball and the decision making. Back to Pele. Still with Pele! And into the back of the net. Left the goalkeeper stranded to the spot. And Rampazzo will break the deadlock in this grand final. For him, that's such an important goal. Such a big goal.
Did not move, did the goalkeeper. Rampazzo, ruthless in the final third, smashing it into that top corner. I'm throwing a real cat amongst the pigeons here. Plenty of time left to play, but a bracket reset could be on the cards.
You touched upon it, Richard. These two actually played in Qualifier 1, didn't they?
Yep, indeed. And it was a pretty comfortable win in the end for PHZIN, who won 6-2.
And PHZIN respond literally instantly in this one. Cuts back inside, danced in the box. Couldn't find the finish he was looking for. It's been very interesting at the back from both of these two. That press that Vieira's had to deal with. Does well to ball roll left, ball roll right, gets away now. Now Rampazzo's got options to break into. He's got Pele there. Goes back to Bruno Fernandes instead. He'll let it back to Vieira. It's about being patient in these areas now. Trying to disrupt your opponent's midfield, your opponent's defence. You want to pull players completely out of position. Cristiano Ronaldo, Pele's in support. Makes the right decision again to go back home just to recycle it. The pause coming in from PH in the first time that he's looked a little bit uncomfortable at all in both of these qualifiers, 1 and 2.
It's always risky when the ball goes through like that. You don't know if the goalkeeper is going to claim it or the defender's going to get a bad lock on. It could go anywhere.
Could be off. He's got acres of space, Neymar. Has he got the legs on him, though, to get past Nelson Semedo? Drops the shoulder well. Oh, lovely bridge touch into Neymar! And an even better finish at the near post. It was all about the bridge touch, the timing of it, just to set up the perfect chance at the near post. And Neymar was never missing from there.
He faked cutting back inside. The ball roll gave him that little bit of space. And again, we talked about it earlier when we watched PHZIN demolish Theus in the winners bracket final, 8-2. He's got a real mastery over the mechanics of the game. Mechanically, a very, probably the best player in this region that we've seen. Ball roll inside, and then as soon as he saw that his opponent was coming away from him and watching the passing lanes, just bridge touch straight into the gap.
See a goal back in the tie. I believe, from what we can see here, the scoreboard might be telling us fibs, Richard. I mean, it's still 1-1. That's something that's not telling us fibs, but if you just look above the player's head, it looks like PHZIN is kicking from left to right in the yellow, and it is actually going to be Rampazzo kicking from right to left. So it was Rampazzo that just equalised. And potentially about to go in front here. Fantastic tackle there, really well done from the goalkeeper. Yeah, just to keep everybody up to date, it is going to be PHZIN in possession right now in that yellow kit. And it will be Rampazzo from right to left in this one. Ignore the colours that the scoreboard represents. The scoreline is all square at 1-1. But a great goal, we should say, for Rampazzo, Richard. A really well taken finish.
Yeah, absolutely. A really nice goal. The bridge touch, all the same. Doesn't matter which player did score it.
Back to PHZIN, just offside there.
I believe that the players above the name is incorrect. I think the scoreboard is correct. I'm just watching the face cams match up with the things that are happening in the game, and we saw a grimace from Rampazzo as he went offside there. I think the scoreboard is correct, Brandon, and the name above the players is the incorrect information. We'll wait and see. All down the line, though.
We'll wait and see what the scores and the celebration comes. I mean, I think we are on the right lines then, because we were following that originally. But this would be Rampazzo on the attack right now. Mbappe back to Pele. Seven minutes left in this one. Lovely long ball forward. This could be one of the last chances of the half. It does come, PHZIN. Drops the shoulder back into Cristiano Ronaldo. And that's a fantastic finish. We can confirm from PHZIN there. Cristiano Ronaldo. 2-1 he leads.
Yeah, fantastic
From that reaction,
finish.
It looked like it was PHZIN.
Yeah. Cracking finish from the #1 player in South America currently on the leaderboard, and also in the current climate as well. Sometimes leaderboard statistically might show you one thing, but on form it could be a different thing. I think PHZIN is undoubtedly the #1 player on Xbox South America right now.
Let's not forget, he was down by 1-0, Richard. He's turned it around. 2 goals in the second half. 2 fantastic finishes. Maybe one more from Neymar here. For that finesse on the right foot. And that will probably do us for leg #1. Added time of just 1 minute. Referee, are we done or are we playing one more attack? PHZIN, what a turnaround after going down 1-0 to Rampazzo. That's leg 1 concluded here in our grand final in Qualifier 2.
But it's the unpredictable element and the unpredictability skill factor that will take you past other players of your skill level.
Well, here we go then. We're back underway in this one. And we can confirm that everything is aligned now. Rampazzo kicking from left to right in that black strip of R10. And then from right to left will be PHZIN, who is 90 in-game minutes away from writing himself into the history books here in South America. Could it be back-to-back wins for him? Qualifier 1, he won that. Qualifier 2, he's 19 game minutes away from doing so, Richard. More points on the board, more prize money in his back pocket. And maybe, who knows, he might dye his hair again to a different colour for qualifier #3 with the way that he has been playing. It's all to do for Rampazzo. It's the first time he's actually really been behind in a leg of FIFA. Down by 2-1, but still so much FIFA to play, isn't there?
Oh, so much left unanswered. So many questions unanswered as well. Who's going to start the stronger in this second leg? PHZIN. You sometimes see a player who just has, like, FIFA every year, things will come and go, and I think he's just offside there, Ronaldo. He is for Rampazzo. It feels like what PHZIN's skill set is and what it suits is the meta in FIFA right now. High offense.
Yeah.
Skill moves in the final third. Close control dribbling. And clinical finishing.
Well, the interesting point is also going to be, Rich, at the end of this month, restrictions change in teams, and especially for Qualifier 1 and Qualifier 2, a lot of players have sort of become accustomed to their teams that they've used for these qualifiers. Yep. In terms of the two that they've had. And when we do get, yes, there's been a couple of foot freeze items that have been mixed into teams, maybe a couple of inform upgrades around around certain positions. But that's also going to be an interesting point for qualifier number 3 as we move on. When Team of the Year comes out, which one Team of the Year player or 2 Team of the Year players can you squeeze into your team alongside some icons? And then how does that affect the way you're playing? Is it going to produce new names in this Xbox side? Are we going to see, again, repeated names qualifying again for qualifier number 3? As we said, that takes place in February. Monthly qualifiers every single month at the moment in the FIFA 21 Global Series across all of the world. But that's the one thing about me that I love about the competitive year, Richard. It's a season-long thing. We kick off in about October, a month after the game comes out, and it's all about August, getting to the E-World Cup Grand Finals. And it's about how you adapt and how you change throughout that process of getting there also, with new players, new teams, number of different tournaments to happen. And that's why you see the best of the best get to that grand final. Here's Cristiano Ronaldo trying to make something happen. But really well tackled. He's just been fouled. Ref, surely, no.
That's a meaty challenge.
And Cristiano Ronaldo gobbling that one up in the box. 21 minutes in. That's a 2-goal cushion for PHZIN.
Roberto Firmino has just put his body on the line right there. Diving into the challenge with VAR. Probably it's going to be a foul in real life if that happened. But he got the ball first. Ronaldo quickest to react inside the goal, inside the box, and results in a goal.
Wow. One of them that you don't want to remember. Chance now from the get-go. Oh, no way through for Rampazzo. 23 minutes into this one, as we said. All PHZIN needed to do was win one 2-legged game of FIFA. He's on his way to do that, Richard. He's up by 2 goals at the moment. A really good position to be in. He was 1-0 down originally in this tie. Lovely ball through. This could conclude the tie. Cristiano Ronaldo, chance to put the game to bed. And what a save from Edwin van der Sar there to keep this tie alive.
Incredible save.
Is it going to be much? Is it going to? No, it's not. It's not going to mean anything, Richard. Straight from the corner. PHZIN. You saw the celebration there. Cristiano Ronaldo. He may have missed one, but he's not missing another one in the box. 4 goals to 1. There is a 3-goal cushion in leg number 2. And 3-goal cushion in a 2-legged game? You do not often see that turned around, let alone even a comeback to equalise.
But what did we talk about PHZIN about 2.5 hours ago, Brandon? When he played against SPQ Artheus, it was his second leg performance that won him the tie. He scored 5 goals in the second leg. He was 3-2 leading going into that second leg, and he scored 5 goals in it and won 8-2. He is a second leg player. He's one of the best second leg players that I've watched this FIFA.
Just remarkable, Richard, in terms of the fact he's not dropped a game. You hear stories that people drop down to lose a bracket, then they pick themselves back up, and then they find a way through the tournament eventually. This guy is not needed to lose, in all honesty. I think within himself and his own conscience that he doesn't want to lose games. He wants to win and win and win and win and never drop a game, so it seems, in this region. So he can really set the bar and the tone of how he wants to play his competitive FIFA on FIFA 21. This is, generally, it's remarkable. If he goes to win this tournament today, back-to-back qualifying wins, Rich, and it's a name that we need to keep an eye on FIFA 21 this year in the Global Series. I mean, if he's not in Qualifier 3, I'll probably be asking questions unless he's booked a holiday.
I mean, can't go anywhere. We're in a global pandemic. He's just got to keep on grinding. Yeah.
But with the points that he's been able to get, Richard, it's playoffs in the bag already.
Yeah, absolutely. And really what you can do is you can keep on dominating this region and put a little bit of a fear factor amongst other players as well. PHZIN, he's won back-to-back qualifiers in South America.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. PHZIN. You wouldn't think this is the grand final, would you? 3 goals up in a second leg. You'd think maybe this is a game of weekend league. Of how he's just cruising through it.
It beat
Don't
him.
be wrong, Rampazzo. He's been fantastic today, Richard. He's knocked out some huge names. He's got revenge 1 or 2 times, but I said, is it too much for him now? Has he played his final already? Is he a little bit burnt out, maybe?
Run out of steam.
Now he's met his match in the nicest way in a grand final. And PHZIN, 4-goal cushion, Richard. We may as well start writing this cheque for him now. Another $5,000. Another qualifier in the bag for that man. And top spot on that Xbox ranking in South America.
I don't think we looked into the goal to put him 2-1 up in this series. It was in the end of the first leg. We didn't really look in that goal in too much detail, but I think that goal is what set him up for domination right now. You see what it means to him. 6-1 PHZIN leads, and with the scenes of that celebration that he just gave us, I think he knows that this game is over.
So it's lucky that the players' mics are muted, otherwise that would have been one hell of a roar from PHZIN. Half-time, 6-1 up, ladies and gentlemen. 6-1. You aren't dreaming. Ridiculous scoreline. And you know what the best thing is, Richard? He's not done yet. He is not done yet. He wants to score more goals in this grand final. But remarkable. Remarkable scenes from this young man. You know, the breakout year, you would say already. We're only 2 qualifiers in out of 5. He's going to be top of the pile in those Global Series rankings over at FIFA.gg. Another $5,000 in his back pocket. I mean, remarkable.
It's a real... I mean, look, if Rampazzo pulls it out, it's an absolute miracle. But it's a real statement that he's putting up to the rest of the competition right now in South America, and also, as we said, the rest of the world. Because look at the results that he especially has today. 8-2. He beat SPQ Artheus. He's now winning 6-1. No one's got close to him. Let's just say it as it is.
It's just the fact he hasn't even had to go down to loser bracket at all, Richard. He's not dropped a single game. You know, look across the brackets. You know, you can everyone at home can go and look yourselves as well in terms of how convincing his performances have been. Look across the board. You know, quarterfinals in the winner bracket, 7-3 win against Klinger. Semi-finals, Richard, beat Resende 5-4. Big names in this region. Had to play up against Tyus earlier today. Beat him. Remarkable squalor. What was it? 7-2. Comes into this one. He's 6-1 up, Richard, with 45 minutes left.
Yeah, it's so dominant.
And again, it's nothing to take away from Rampazzo. Still a top 2 finish for him. A really, really impressive tournament. He's had some massive results himself today. He's had revenge against Gabriel. He's had revenge against Teus. Also, 2 massive results. But we said, was it too much? Was it maybe a little bit too much to ask to go into a grand final against PHZIN of a player of his quality, and then to turn the game around as much as he needed to, because he'd have had to do it in back-to-back 2-legged games, which again is a really hard thing to do. And with 13 game minutes left, 5 goals needed. Even if he gets one now, I just don't think you see anyone turning those sort of games around.
You really don't, and you're looking now at what PHZIN can go on from this. Brandon, he's going to double his points on the Global Series leaderboard. He's going to be guaranteed in the playoffs. We're not really too sure how the playoffs are going to work, but if it's seeded, the playoffs, especially that sort of first game, he's setting him up for an unbelievable sort of playoff run. Not only that, back-to-back qualifying South American champions. You're looking at your team in R10, you're saying could potentially a contract extension, maybe anything. Do you know what I mean? There's so many sort of repercussions and ramifications that are going to be in a positive sense for him, showing that it's a consistent level, not just a one-off.
Well, the fact he's just been able to do it across 2 qualifiers, Richard, with 5 weeks apart. You know, a Christmas break, a New Year break. Some players will come back to the New Year differently. He's been fully focused. He's looking for another one. 66 minutes on the clock. 7 goals in a grand final for PHZIN. Unbeaten 2 qualifiers back-to-back, a champion in 2 qualifiers back-to-back. PHZIN, congratulations, my friend. Absolutely remarkable from you.
I mean, did anyone predict this? We said it. I predicted it weren't going to go to a reset, but I didn't expect it to be this dominant.
I mean, I think some people would have easily favoured PHZIN to go and win. You know, another qualifier chance there. Nothing more than the consolation, unfortunately, for Rampazzo. But to do it in this fashion that he has, Richard, you look across the board, he's averaged a ridiculous 5, 6, 7 goals a game. He's averaged.
It was 8 in the winners bracket final. He's what, 7 now? I'll just quickly pull up actually the tournament, that the qualifiers, to have a look at his run in that tournament. He nearly lost to Resende. He only beat Resende 5-4 in the winners bracket semi-finals.
Across that though, that was his only the tightest game that he had. Other than that, you know, we're talking big names here. He's beating people 7-1, 6-2, 7-2 in a grand final right now. He's about 12 in-game minutes away from being crowned a champion again in South America. And he's done it in a superb fashion, Richard. Really, really impressive. I mean, Team R10, they're going to be over the moon. They've had 3 players in another broadcasting qualifier number 2. Another grand final with just all R10 on show. Fair play to Rampazzo for still going here to get himself another really nice finish. That lovely ball roll there with the goalkeeper movement to find a way past for Pele. 3 goals needed. I should say 4 goals needed in about 9 in-game minutes. I don't see that happening, unfortunately. But, you know, commiserations to Rampazzo. He's had a great tournament, Richard. Look across the board that he's had. For him, he would have put to bed some personal matches and rivalries of previous tournaments where he's been knocked out.
One step further as well.
Yeah, he said he went 1 step further this time round, and that's something to build upon. Back-to-back qualification, another goal here potentially towards the near post. I don't know what's going on with these party invites or whatever's happening in terms of on the Xbox here. Whether he's getting congratulation messages or maybe he's just a man that people want to talk to at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter at the end of the day because he's a winner.
It's a case of just seeing this one out now. Couple of minutes left, but it's a perfect qualifier again, Richard. If you're an aspiring FIFA pro, take note of this performance. Look back in December at what he did in qualifier number 1. Take a look at what he's done today in qualifier number 2. Consistency at its very, very best here in South America from another breakout start in PHZIN. Unbeaten in qualifier number 1. He was the champion. And I tell you what, why not? Get yourself another goal, my friend. I think the family are even in his room as well. They know it's job done. Another $5,000 in his back pocket, alongside another trophy. The PHZIN 8-3 on an aggregate scoreline. The Ronaldinho R10 FIFA Pro makes it 2 championships in the FIFA 21 Global Series. And Richard, he's absolutely deserved every single one of them.
See the same reaction. But Brandon, I think the only thing we can do is just sort of just let the pictures speak for themselves.